Here's a machine the lady gave me. She said that she bought the extended warranty on it, and it started doing weird things. I can't remember what she told me it did. Anyway, the technician for whoever she bought it from came out and said her transmission was messed up and it wasn't worth fixing, so they gave her $600 back on it, and she went and got another one. She told me to come get this one. It's not a very old machine, and I would highly doubt that the transmission tore up in it. Everything looks brand new and nice. I'm kind of suspecting that the tub hub is probably to blame. There's no drain hose on it. I guess they kept the drain hose. Oh no, here's the drain hose. It doesn't have an agitator cap. I probably have one out there. Let's see if I can find an agitator cap that fits that. There are a lot of them. I don't like these liquid bleach things. I don't think that'll fit. That's one too. Liquid fabric softener. Let's see if that fits it. Alright, cats, y'all get out of here. Yeah, that's it. Let's plug it in and do some tests on it. This is caved in. Like somebody beat on it. So, we're going to plug it in, give it a minute for the capacitors to charge. I guess we got a lid lock problem. Yeah, we'll have to change that lid lock. Alright, I'm going to put this in the test mode. And the way to put these in test mode, I've done this a million times on some of my other videos. But you turn this knob here to the left. Doesn't matter how many times, but I always stop on 12. Then you go 1, 2, 3 to the right, 1 to the left, 1 to the right. You should get all your lights flashing. Now to put it into service diagnostic mode, you want the turn and spin light on. So turn it 3 more times and push enter. Now you want the lid to lock. Yeah. So we're going to have to change the lid lock first thing to even be able to work on it. So let's do that. To change the lid lock, we're going to have to get into the console. So we take this off, that sprout off, screw over here, screw over here, and there should be one in the middle. Oh, there he is. So we can lift this plate out, set it up here. Yeah, everything's wet up in this thing. There's our lid lock right here. So to change the lid lock, we're going to access the underside of this thing. So we'll take this screw out. There's a little tab here. This screw out here is a little tab here. Let's move all this. Alright, we got all those screws loose, and we're going to pull the case, the top forward, and you can move it up. And now we can get onto the lid lock area. So we're going to open this up. And to remove this lid lock, I should lift it down. Let me do that. Alright, to remove the lid lock, we're going to I just take I guess you could do it with a screwdriver. You want to knock it to the right, push it down, and it falls through the cabinet. Now, hold it up, and it's loose. And you have a clip here. Clip here. Take this putty knife. Depress the clip right there, and right there on the side, pull it forward and lay it down. Now we can take where the headlock comes up to the cabinet top. Just going to go remove it from the control board. Push these tabs together and drop that into the case and push all that. Now we can go back in here and remove the lid lock. Get it out of there. Now we need one of those. I think I have a used one. I hope I do. There's one right there. I took this off a machine I scrapped. Let's throw this one away. You notice this one is like a different color. It's black. It's the same style. As long as it has this interface here on it, and it'll fit underneath. So what we're going to do is we go to the left, to the right, push it up, and then back to the right, back to the left. Now, let's fasten it on these clips. You just pull them away from the case and drop your cord in it, like so. Feed this through. And position this and push it through. There we go. Drop this back down. her in. Did it snap? It should snap. There it went. Now let's plug it back in. Let's see if it'll pass the test now. I don't think it was the lid lock. So give the capacitors a little bit of time to charge. Didn't take off very much. Rained on it last night. Be alright. Alright, going back into service diagnostic mode. Turn it to the left. I start on 12. 1, 2, 3 to the right, 1 to the left, 1 to the right. Do it too fast. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. There we go. All flashing. We want spinning the done light on. Push. Now we'll test the lid lock. Works. Good deal. Now I don't have it hooked to water, but to test the spin, we're going to turn the lid lock on. We need the done and the wash light on. There we go. Let's push it and observe it. Let's see if it will agitate. I'll put it in agitate.
A few moments later.
Agitates just fine. Go back. I can hear it shift. That tells me the tub hub. It's the tub hub messed up. It's not the transmission. So what we'll do is change the tub hub. Alright, let's open this. Just pull just move down here. There we go. Now these machines, when they built them with a nylon tub hub that strips out. And Whirlpool came up with a new part. It's a cone shape that when you tighten a spanner nut on it, that cone will squeeze around the spines of the spin shaft and should fix this machine. This is a good machine. We will put that part on there and we will have one to sell. So we need to pull that agitator. And it's way down in the bottom. That's a good sign. When that bolt will come out by itself, usually the agitator will come out easily. Sometimes that agitator is corroded on there and it will not come out. And it looks like this was going to give me trouble. But we will get it out eventually. I'm going to put some of this deep creep penetrating oil and lubricant on it. And be sure to clean it up after we get that agitator out. What we're trying to get to is the hub that is right below this thing. I'll let that sit for a while. We may even apply some heat to it. So this is soaked a while, and it doesn't seem to be turning loose. So let's pull out another trick. You can take a heat gun. You got to be careful with heat guns though. If you apply too much heat in one spot for too long, you will ruin the agitator. So what you're trying to do is, you can see where the shaft is down in there, and we want to apply heat right in here to expand the agitator away from the shaft. So we'll apply some heat right here for a few minutes. It takes a while to sink into where there's a metal piece that's embedded in the plastic part of this agitator. You get it warm enough to expand and maybe trickle that penetrating oil down between it and the splines. Yeah, I believe it's moving a little bit. Yeah, it's moving. There we went. This takes a little time. Now, you see this tub hub here? It's going to be stripped. It's a plastic one. And when you take this tub hub loose, a lot of times it's a good idea to put a towel or something in here to close these holes up, because you don't want your screws to fall down in there. But I have done this so many times that I'm real careful. And I still, so what I'm doing here, there's a U-clip in here, and you need to take that out, and the way I do it is just with a screwdriver. Try to drive it out of there. There you go. We'll wind up throwing that away. Now you have 6 stainless steel screws. Now you can take this out with a drill, but when you put them back in, don't drive them all the way down with an electric screwdriver, because you can strip this goes into plastic, and you can strip that plastic out. So I always use a handheld screwdriver when I remove these, because I don't want to strip the tub out. And it's easy to do. If you drive that down with a screwdriver and you put too much torque on it, it'll strip that plastic out. And I'm only telling you this out of experience. It's one of the reasons I quit using electric tools on these things. And I hate to keep up with batteries and charging. And I charge by the hour. But that's not a reason. But traditional tools, and I'm a traditional type tool man. Alright. So now we have our tub hub loose. So I just pull it off and I'll show you what it is. Now this thing is supposed to have splines in it and they're all gone. It's because the splines on this shaft have rusted out, or they've actually not rusted out that bad. We could actually probably fix this by putting in one of these. However, these are junk. I'm going to show you the difference. I think I have one right here. Yeah. Okay, you see the difference between this one has splines in it, and these splines are all worn out and stripped. So that's why this thing failed. And the man told her that her transmission was stripped out, down in the gearbox, planetary gears. She told me all kinds of things he told her, and I suspect that when he went over there to repair it, he could not get the agitator out, so he gave up and told the customer a story about her transmission being torn up when it wasn't. But that is a way to make her happy. Gave her $600 check, and she went and replaced the machine. And now she gave me the machine, and I can make it into a good machine for somebody using this part right here. This part is called a W10324651. W10324651. It is a part that Whirlpool has come up with to fix this issue, because this is the worst issue on this type of machine. And Whirlpool owns Maytag, so that's what they did. Make sure everything's clean around here. Alright, let's look at the parts that come in this thing. This is a new tub hub. Let me just tell you. Oh, anytime you do anything to the hub or anything, you should recalibrate your machine so it gives you instructions how to do that. So yeah, you basically have three parts. You have a spanner nut, this cone, which if you look at it, the way it's designed, it goes into this cone shape, and it's got this little protrusion here, so make sure it goes like that. And as you tighten these cones here, these tabs will be pushed up against this cone shape, and will apply pressure inward onto the splines of the spin shaft. So basically, as you tighten this spanner nut, these things collapse on the shaft and grip it really well. It's made out of metal. They give you new screws, and they give you these things, which I think go in here. They have some sort of it's kind of like a locking mechanism that it goes on here, so it keeps it spinning up from backing off. I'll show you how that all works. So basically, you want to put this piece on first, and you're going to have to. You see that protrusion right there has to fit in one of those slots. So you want to line one of those slots up with a screw, and you want to get that down on there fairly well. So what I usually do, take these old screws out. new screws here. I'll take a little pecker hammer and I'm going to get that down on there, but you don't want to mess up the threads to where you can't get your spanner nut on. That's about flush. Yeah, there we go. Now, you want to line your screws up. Sometimes you'll need to move it around a few times. They're all lined up now. Put your spanner nut on. The spanner nut's got a bevel on it. Put that bevel down. Come on now. I didn't mess the threads up. Oh, look at this. There are no threads on this spanner nut. I will have to send that back to them. Yeah, now see, this one's threaded. Can't believe that. Look at that. There are no threads on that spanner nut. Huh. And that's like a $49 piece of... Tell you, you can't get good stuff anymore. And quality control sucks. Well, that don't look like it goes home straight either. So. Okay. Let's put these screws in. The way to tighten these is do one on the opposite side of the other. Be careful not to drop your screws in those holes. Alright, those are all screwed down. Now, you need a wrench like this and this spanner nut. Here comes the machine. Get back to you. I'm gonna pause the video a minute. I'm gonna tell you that when you get in this business and people get to know you, it's real nice, because the man just brought me this machine and gave it to me. He said you can turn it on. Look here, even at the new paperwork in. He said it's less than a year old, and you turn it on and it'll move the clothes around and it'll just stop. And that tells me that the might be the lid lock. Huh. It kind of tells me that the water valve isn't working. I don't think it's a lid lock, but this is broken. I'll have to replace that. That won't be very much. I think I'll just, yeah, from what he tells me, it's probably the water valve. we'll see. Brand new machine given to me. That's what you can expect when you get to be known in this business, is people will do things like that for you instead of hauling it to the dump. Alright, where was I? Okay. So I had to take 2 kits to make this one. Alright, once you get that threaded on there, you can use this tool, spanner nut wrench, Whirlpool spanner nut wrench, and you tighten it down as much as you can by hand. And then what you'll want to do is tighten it with a hammer. Yeah, I give it pretty good taps. What you're doing now is squeezing that. You're squeezing that cone around the splines of the spin shaft. I believe that's going to get it. Okay, let's put our ring back on. And it will go like this. You want this underneath your bleach cup. You should never put on a machine. Get it down. Make sure everything fits over. And lines up. Now just push. Snaps into place. Perfect. I'll tighten this up a little bit. Some width increases in here. You're doing something that long, always use your short extension at the top, because if you have to take that one out, it's easier to reach. Okay. Now this is the kind of quality Whirlpool puts out. Pain. That's going back. See, this one worked. It is finished. Put close on this one. It's disappointing when you try your best and the parts they send you are inferior. It has been awful trying to get those parts anyway. They're back ordered and finally getting people caught up. I didn't hear it clattering. I think we got it fixed. It's not ideal, but it's not bad. Yeah, I'm gonna call this a success. We're good. Let's put it back together, and we'll sell it with a 30-day warranty. Machine was given to me. We fixed it. Thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up. See you on the next one. Peace out.